Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sonic CD on Steam. I am One Welsh Sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be finishing up Quartz Quadrant Zone, and we're going to actually be completing this game in this part, ladies and gentlemen. It's a short game, you know, folks. The major length of this game is purely from the exploration, but now that we don't need to do the exploration, we can do gotta go fast and speed on through like the true blue blur that we are. And I still, to this day, I still love this game. I love this graphics, you know. This game has a lot of issues, especially with the upcoming 2 zones, which personally ruined the game for me. But, you know, for the most part, the majority of this game is still fun to play. I still enjoy coming back to it every now and then. I just never do full playthroughs because of the upcoming 2 zones. But, yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of tricksy stuff here. So, yay, I guess. Although the upcoming boss fight we're going to be dealing with is actually one of my favourite bosses in the whole game. And it's probably just because it's quite an interesting mechanic on how they do bosses, you know. All the bosses in this game are really gimmicky, and I love it because of that, because every single boss is unique, you know. They're all easy, don't get me wrong, they're all way too easy, but I like the fact they're all gimmicky and what have you, you know. It's easy enough to deal with. But I digress. Anyway, this music by here, I love the soundtrack right by here, and I remember loads of Sonic Extreme videos, you know, that one cancelled Sonic game that didn't particularly look very good, honestly. Basically, a lot of those videos tend to use that music, I find, which is quite weird. But anyway, yeah, this is the boss fight right here, so what you need to do is basically run on the treadmill, first hit the giant thingies to send Eggman flying down, and he will try to drop mines on you. All you need to do is run on the treadmill, which will grind away Dr. Eggman's thing. And yeah, that's all you really need to do. Jump over the mines and keep running. And running, and running, and running, and running. And eventually he goes down. Like I said, the boss fights are way too easy. They always are, but it's still fun. It's still interesting. And I love this little jig he does right at the end. It's like, oh no, he's almost beat me. No way, I can't believe this. Riveting gameplay, isn't it? But yeah, after a while he will explode and run off. And just like before, Dr. Eggman is always faster than Sonic. I don't understand it. Like, Sonic's meant to be the fastest thing alive, but yet in every game that Eggman can run, he's faster. Every single one that I can remember off the top of my head. Like, for example, Sonic 2, he runs faster than Sonic. In Sonic Adventure 2, if you can mod Eggman into the city escape, he's faster than Sonic. In Sonic Adventure 2, for Christ's sake. But I digress. Anyways, on to my least favourite stage in the entire game. Wacky Workbench Zone. The worst level in the game, and it is tedious, it is annoying, it is frustrating. I really, really do not like this zone. And the whole reason why I don't like this zone is purely because the best way to describe it is clusterfuck. There's a bouncy thing on the floor, right? If you touch the bouncy thing on the floor, you get shot up all the way up to the top of the room, which means you basically need to watch out for these electrical bar thingies that if you get hit by, you're gonna die or lose rings. And it's just a lot of things to take in, you know. You need to really deal with a lot of vertical platforming, and it's really just tedious. I honestly despise this zone through and through. There's nothing redeemable about this zone. Apart from the use of colours and the graphics. The graphics and colour scheme is perfect, but apart from that, you can't redeem anything with the zone. The level design is a mess. The gimmick is quite possibly the worst thing I've ever heard on paper as well as in action, you know? Like, normally in games like this, you find gimmicks that sound better on paper, but when they're done in execution, they don't turn out as good as they were hoping. But I fail to see how this could be how this could seem good on paper, you know? Okay, we're gonna have a platform at the bottom of the screen that's gonna annoy the hell out of a player and send them flying up to the top of the screen constantly, forcing them to fight with the controls. Genius! Honestly, I honestly don't understand how some people can consider this their favourite Sonic game, because this is one of the contenders for a lot of people's favourite Sonic games. next to Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. And no, 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 no. Just no. I don't understand you people. Why do you guys think this is good? This is not good level design. Annoying the hell out of the player with something that's not even hard, but frustrating, is not good level design. You know, this is awful. I really don't like Wacky Workbench. The level design is a mess. And the next level isn't much better either. And the next level is one of the reasons why a lot of people try to convince me that this game is amazing. And I always disagree with them. No. These next two levels, well, this level and the next one, are just awful. I do not like them. I mean, both these levels have really good boss fights. I love the boss fights. But the initial level design is god-awful. Well, I say that, but the level design in Act 2 of Wacky Workbench isn't actually that bad. I don't actually mind the Act 2 level design, but the Act 1 level design is just... it's awful. It is really awful, you know? Like, Act 2 has a similar idea going, which I really don't like, but at least you have routes that you can take upwards, you know, at the top, so you can avoid the bouncy panel. You can't do that in Act 1. Or at least I haven't found a way to avoid the bouncy panel. So, yeah, I really don't like this zone. I really do not like it at all. Like, I don't know. I can see how this could probably be a good idea with the bouncy floor, but the execution just wasn't good enough, you know. That's all I'm really getting at here. But enough of that, it's time to move on to Zone 3, which is the boss fight. Now, I find it really weird that they call the acts zones in this particular Sonic game. It's really weird. Like, normally in a Sonic game it goes Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. But this game, for some reason, they call it Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3. Even though usually zones are associated with the world that you're in, and the acts are associated with the levels in the world. So, I don't know, I always found that pretty weird. Could just be me. But then again, years ago I used to get really confused by the title cards in each of these games, because every time you reach a level and you have a title card pop up, it looks like it says Sonic the Hedgehog CD, and then it's got a giant number 3 on it for some reason, and it always spun me out. Honestly, it's not that hard. It's not... what am I on about? It's not that hard. Honestly, it's, it means nothing. It's just a graphical thing, but it used to spin me out. I used to have no idea. It's like, what does this mean? It's so bright, so vivid. But I digress. Anyway, this is one of my favourite bosses in the game, actually, despite the haphazard level, where he's basically going to drill up. You hit him, and then a load of things will pop down from the top of the ceiling. You avoid them, and then jump on the platforms that are made. Then, you wait for the platform to shoot you up, and then hit him. It's easy, again, but it's a good boss, you know, I like it. I really do like his boss. But after a couple of hits, he goes down without too much of a fight, so it's time to head on to the next zone. Which again, I don't understand the hype. I honestly don't understand why this next zone everyone loves. It's called Stardust Speedway. And it is the fastest level in the game. Oh, I am honestly admitting that. This level is the fastest level in the game. But the level design is a mess. It is confusing. I have no idea where I'm meant to go. And you got loads of lanes that you need to deal with. For example, like, see that blue thing? Basically, you're meant to jump into that blue sign thingy, and it will switch lanes. And it's just awful, you know. Figuring out which way you're meant to go and simply trying to move forward is a chore in this level, folks. You know, it's fast. The stage is really fast, and I give it credit for that. But the level design needs to accompany the gameplay. You know, and plus they're trying to make this explorative as well, and I don't see how this level can be explored properly, you know. It's just a mess. The music's amazing, and the artwork, this is my favourite looking level in the game. Don't get me wrong, I love the way the level looks, but it's just a mess to get through. Now Act 1 isn't so bad, I'll be honest. But when we get to Act 2, Act 2, it's awkward, because when we get to Act 2, there's loads of, you know, I'll just explain it when we get to them, because I just can't be bothered right now. My brain can't take it. I want to look at the positive, so it's colourful. That's a positive. It looks nice. You go fast. Yay, I guess. Riveting. But these launcher thingies, this is why I don't like Act 2. Now, whenever you go to certain points in Act 2 of this zone, you'll see all these launches, and that's just a dick move, that game. But, god damn it. When you go to certain areas, you see these launches, and there's one particular sequence coming up where it's a giant Eggman statue. Now, the area is covered with loads of launches, and I managed to get through that relatively easy in this part, surprisingly, folks, which never happens. But whenever you're getting through that area, you need to time your button presses, and sometimes you'll find yourself getting stuck in a loop. You know, you'll be bouncing left and right with no control of where you're going, and it's just a mess. This level design is not good. I cannot honestly recommend this being good level design. I consider this game good. I honestly do. I honestly think this is an amazing game. But this zone and the last zone just ruined it for me. I don't know. Don't know how alone I am in that opinion, but hey. Anyway, this bit here is the most annoying part. What we need to do is basically we're on a giant thing where we need to hold the left and right button in order to rotate ourselves the correct way. If you go the wrong way, then you find yourselves in this mess of an area, which can be a bit awkward. I'm surprised I got through it so easy in this run though, because I normally get stuck there for a good 10-20 minutes just like trying to figure out my way. But basically just find the right way through that maze and we'll reach the end. Thank God. And now I can stop being positive again, because the next zone I love and the boss fight I love. Thank God. Thank you, God. So yeah, welcome to Stardust Speedway Zone Act 3, where now we're going to take on and face against good old Metal Sonic himself. But first, we're going to want to go up here to gain ourselves an extra life and a couple of speed shows, because we need to be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Now, obviously, again, Metal Sonic's here. We can't really attack him. If we jump on him, nothing will happen. But we are racing him. We need to beat him to the goal ring. Well, no, it's not goal ring. We need to beat him to the goal area, where Amy Rose is actually being captured and held hostage, so yeah. Now, Metal Sonic has a... Like I said, this is more of a race than it is an actual boss fight, so... When you stand behind Metal Sonic, he'll do this black shield move. I think that's the name of it anyway. But if you run into him when he's doing that move, it will hurt. And if you're in front of him, he'll do a boost ability, which if you get clipped by, it will hurt. And for the most part, it's just a race. You need to just try and beat him and get across to the end as quick as possible, you know. If you can get up to the higher routes like up by here, it's usually a lot better off to do, because you can skip a lot of the obstacles like spikes that are on the floor, like that spike for example, there. Although if you get too far behind Metal Sonic, Dr. Eggman will come along with his instant death laser. If you get hit by that, it's instant death, you die. So try and reach the end as quick as possible, and Bob is your uncle. No way, get back. Oh hey Amy. Okay, I better save you first. And there we go, just one hug is enough, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone loves a good kutch, you know. A lot of people are probably watching this video now. What the hell's a kutch? It's a Welsh term, basically. It's a universal term for like hug, cuddle, sit down area. It has a lot of meanings. It's a good word though. I love using it. I love my Welsh vocabulary. Well, it's not even a Welsh word. I think it's just Welsh slang, but yeah, I digress. Anyway, this here is Wacky Workbench Zone, and oh my god, the color scheme is amazing. I love the color scheme in this. I love the use of purple. It pops. See, this game has good things. No, I honestly like it. Now anyway, this zone by here, this is the most treacherous level in the game in terms of difficulty. We have loads of traps and whatnot that can easily clip you, and all the bandits are likely to hurt you. This is not an easy... Well, it's an easy stage, but it's not an easy stage in comparison to the rest of the game, you know? This is the hardest level in the game. And it's kind of like a mixture between Metropolis Zone and Scrap Brain Zone from Sonic 2 and Sonic 1, you know? It's like a mix between the two zones, which I can dig. I can dig it. I like it, you know, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Although one of the biggest threats in the stage are the loads of crushing blocks, and I just went straight past one there. I was lucky not to get crushed. You're gonna probably die from getting crushed a lot in this game, you know, folks. Which brings me to another point, actually. A good segue into another point I had to make about this game. There is one bottomless pit total in this entire game. 1 bottomless pit. Dimps. Take notes. See, I'm never going to let go of Dimps for bottomless pits level design. I'm really not. That's going to be a good rant when I get to Sonic Advance 2 and 3. Oh, is that going to be a good rant. But, yeah, there is 1 bottomless pit in total, and it's actually at the very end of the game, you know? So, I don't mind. And it especially works because this is a game based around exploring. So if you're going to jump down, you're not going to want to jump down and then suddenly, oh, bottomless pit, great. I think that was one of the things that really negatively affected the Shantae games. Like, the Shantae Genie games, again, the collectible 2D platformers, which bugs me because it's very hard to find where you're meant to go. Metroidvania sort of thing, but they're fun games. One thing that annoys me about the first Shantae in particular, there's bottomless pits everywhere, and you have to explore, haven't you? So chances are you're going to try and jump down the pit and explore, and suddenly, oh, I died. So yeah, it can be quite annoying. And also remember those bombs from Sonic the Hedgehog 1? Yeah, they've gone a bit of steroids since we last saw them. They've really buffed up a tad, you know, folks? So yeah, just be careful of them. Try and keep away from them as the explosions go off, and sort of try and edge your way through the explosion. Now, this by here, I remember my first playthrough of this game quite vividly, actually, and I got stuck on this sequence for the longest time. Because these walking thingies, they look like part of the background. Especially when you're in, well, yeah, they look like part of the background, you know? Especially when you're in a time period that I am, which is the present, because the background's blue. So, I got stuck for the longest time, not really realizing where I meant to go. So much rage, so much anger was caused because of that, you know? But I digress. Oh my god, with Chibi Sonic! Oh, so fucking adorable! He's so cute! Oh, I want to take him home and coach! Seriously, the Chibi Sonic things are amazing. I love this. It really does bugger all for the level design, but oh my god. Look at it. It's like the cutest thing in the world. It's amazing. I love this. Oh, honestly, I wish there was more to do with the Chibi Sonic sort of gameplay, because, well, that was interesting. But I really wish there was more to do with the Chibi Sonic gameplay, because it's just so cute, it's so adorable, you just want to take it home and hug him, you know? It's, oh. I assure you I'm a man. I'm a manly man, with a man card and everything. I assure you. The previous few minutes of commentary probably made you think otherwise, but trust me. Oh, he's so cute! Sorry, I'll keep my manliness. He's so cute, yo. Word. Because that's what tough guys say, right? Word. What up, brother? In the house, blood? You dizzy, blood? Waka waka? Word out to your homies. I'm really don't know where I'm going with this tangent. But yeah, basically, I do love this stage. It's one of my favorite stages in the game just to play through, and Chibi Sonic is one of the big reasons why, just because, well, look at it. How can you say no to this thing? So yeah, I really do love it, and I really wish Chibi Sonic was a bigger part of this game. But do not go through that doorway. That doorway is a red herring. You go through that doorway, you have to loop back around, you have to redo the entire area again. So, Jesus Christ. What you need to go is go left for a change, which is rare in these type of games, and you'll be sent all the way up to here. Yay! And this is actually a good room by here where we have to deal with loads of crushing spikes. If you get crushed by these, it's probably instant kills. Don't get crushed by them. And if you touch the spikes at the top, well, it's gonna hurt. It's like you're jumping into spikes or something, you know? But yeah, just continue rinsing and repeating, and that is the end of Act 2, which means now we're on to the grand final stretch of this. Oh, this madness will be over, and this mayhem filled with metal will be freed. And honestly, I love Metallic Madness's good future. It's so tranquil. I don't know. It's like I said, whenever you get to good futures, it's like the exact opposite of bad futures, you know? There's still technology and stuff. In fact, there's still a lot of technology. But you can tell the technology is built around with the environment in mind. And the Sonic series has always been about an environmental message, at least in the earlier games, you know? There's always an environmental message about them. Something that sort of stops after a while, but you know, there's a basic theme, you know, in all these Sonic games. And this game, I like the fact this game sort of goes with the whole, yeah, technology's good. It can be used for bad things, but you can use technology for good things as well and help out everyone. I'm talking out of my ass right now, but yeah. Anyway, then it's one of the big things that we go to are these kill rooms. We go into a kill room and we have to kill loads of those bulb robots. They're easy enough to destroy. They have invincibility frames for the majority of the time they're on the screen, but we can take them on without much problems. And this music does not fit this boss fight. I love this song. It's the most dramatic and over-the-top final boss theme I think I've ever heard. At least for a Sonic game. But the boss fight is the most simple thing in the world. The music is too epic for this boss, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, to start things off, Eggman and his D-pad-o-matic here, I guess. He's basically going to sort of maneuver to the left and right. And basically whenever he has this giant D-pad slot things on him, you can't hurt him. But every now and then he'll, for some reason, give himself open up for a weak point. Just boop him. And Bob is your uncle, he will go down quickly. Now, every time you hit him once, his attack pattern will change slightly. However, it won't change much, you know, it's still easy enough to work out what you're meant to do. And the boss fight actually becomes a lot easier to hit whenever he has less of his D-pad things, you know. Whenever he has less of his armor thingies that are attacking you, it's easier to hit him, so this boss fight does become easier and easier as time goes on, which I think is kind of wrong for a final boss. They should get harder. I mean, logically it makes sense, you know, you're hitting a boss and he's getting weaker because you're hurting it, but in terms of game design logic, it doesn't make sense, you know? And those things really annoy me, because in the older version of the games, like Mega CD, for some reason I could spin dash into them and it wouldn't hurt me, but in this port, whenever I spin dash into those things, whenever they're on the ground, they still hurt, so... Unless I'm remembering the old games wrong, I don't know. But anyway, when he gets to his last phase by here, he's going to start going into pogo stick mode. He's going to pretend like he's Scrooge McDuck in DuckTales. So just jump up and boop, Bob is your uncle. Dr. Eggman got served.
No way! I can't believe this!
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for Sonic CD. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this LP. So thank you all for watching, I hope you all enjoyed. This is a fantastic game that I do recommend you guys go and check out. Now, there are a lot of issues with this game, I'll be perfectly honest. Like, the level design is, in a couple of zones, an absolute mess. But the soundtrack is phenomenal, the level aesthetics are phenomenal. And I love the entire concept of going back and forth in time, even if it could have been executed slightly better, in my opinion. But it is a fantastic game. I do recommend you all go out of your way to try it out. And, yeah, while I feel this is the weakest entry in the classic Sonic series, I know this game has its fans, you know. Loads of people do love this game. And there's loads of people who consider this to be their favourite Sonic game. I don't agree with them personally, but, you know, everyone has their own opinions, don't they, at the end of the day. So, with that, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this LP. Don't be sheepish, people, and when we return next time, I believe the next LP I'm going to be taking on in the Sonic series is actually going to be Sonic Chaos on the Sega Game Gear and Master System. So I'll catch you all next time, folks. Thanks for watching. Don't be sheepish. Bye!